This program is brought to you by Ignite TV. Now you're in command. Visit Rogers.com for more details.
Welcome everyone here to the Harry Lumley Bayshore Community Center Heritage Classic Tournament here in Owen Sound. The U11 Division Final here between the Owen Sound North Stars and the London Blue Devils. You can see at center floor, face-off about to commence, and we are off. Spencer Byers alongside me, Steve McCarthy, has to be bringing you the Heritage Classic Finals on Finals Day. Nice save there. And Steve, we just went, to the U11 level. We've seen some of the younger age groups earlier today, and these kids look massive on London already. That's a shot. Good save there by Alec Wagner.
Yeah, they definitely have a couple bigger kids and look like they have a lot of athletic form to them as well. We just saw a nice shot on goal by Drew Shaw, and he's certainly a big kid for this age group.
Almost went to fire. That ball kind of fanned on. Ball now loose. Adair couldn't get a hold of it. Now Way's going to come running. It ends a breakaway chance. Being chased down, though. It will be a free shot here, looks like, for the Blue Devils. That shot just goes wide there of Wagner. Yost now looking for an option. He'll give it off. Passed across the top. It misses everybody. We'll mention it is 3 15-minute periods of straight run time until the last 2 minutes of the third if they're within 5 goals. Looking to fire. They're going to take a little run at it. That shot right into the meat there of Wagner, and he'll make the save. And I will openly admit, it is spelled Wagner. Now, I know that if it is German, it is Wagner, but I'm not going to take the leap that he's German, so we're going to say Wagner. Because I know Franz and Mo Wagner with the Orlando Magic, and that's the way you're supposed to pronounce it if they are of German descent. Nice fake there by Owen Sound. Passed off, skipping through his stick there, but is retrieved in the end. Passed up top, ball bouncing. Bouncing is retrieved there by Owen Sound. Reed now. Late Reed will pass it down. That ball bouncing through. I believe shot clock is in effect. Spencer's going to have to fire, and that one's blocked before it ever gets there, and that will be a shot clock violation. So we've seen now that the shot clock will be in effect for every final after the U11, so that includes the 13, 15, and 17 divisions. But Shaw now with possession there for London. Looking for an option there is Televi, and Televi couldn't get through. Now away will come Owen Sound quickly up the floor. Trying to get away, Campbell. Trying to still get away. That ball now whacked out of the stick, and it will bounce into the corner, but still kept by Campbell. Campbell for Reed. Reed down to the corner, nice move there. That shot bounced, that's a good save. That was Lowe with the opportunity. Passed back out to Lowe now. Lowe. O'Leary for Reed. That ball bounced around. Televi trying to pick it up, not able to, but now taken away by London. Away they will go. Drew Shaw with possession there, lost it, and now London will retrieve it back in their own end. Yost. How quickly these kids are able to not only grow, but also the skill difference here early, as that's a possession change going against London as they were about to fire, and that was a good-looking opportunity there for Jacoby Jack Dockstader. And I will mention, if you watch any Junior B, Senior B, or Steve McCarthy's MSL team, you know what, recognize some of these names, or a lot of these names of the lacrosse families in every area, including London and Owen Sound. Ward, bouncing around 1, 2, passes it off. Looking to fire. They will now fire. That shot, good save there.
Yeah, they'll get the
by Coulter.
Reset off of that one, and get back, retrieve it, and the shot clock will reset to 30.
Feltis now with possession, gives it off to Ward.
getting a lot of prodding from the coaching staff to move the ball, and as we saw in the earlier U9 game, they were certainly extremely adept at head-manning the ball and getting it to the open man, and I'm sure the U11s here will want to do the same to create some offensive opportunities.
They're just going to have to fire here, it looks like, Steve, with the shot clock down to 2 and now 0.
Yeah, a little lack of clock management on that possession, and it worked out okay as the ball tumbles all the way down to the corner of the rink for London to take over from here.
And I will mention that this is a technically co-ed divisions here with the U9s, 11s, 13s, 15s, 17s. That passed off Shaw. That one saved there by Wagner. And now Owen Sound will get a chance to run with it. That ball well behind the intended target, and it should be retrieved by London, and it just is there by Talevi. Cassie Talevi now will try to make her way through. Takes a couple bumps. And will now wait for some other offensive options to make their way onto the floor. She gives it off. As London get themselves set up. Bowen Yost over for Talevi. Talevi off top for Shaw. That shot wired right into the netting as his stick got checked as he fired. And a good, honestly, that looked to basically be what we'd call zoom in basketball, a screen to a wide open player, but now it's on the other way. Lack of defense by London, scores! Alex Gibson for the North Stars scores in transition after the first real miscommunication of the game, Steve, and Owen Sound get themselves on the board first.
Yeah, big goal in transition here as he was able to leak in behind in a heady play to get the ball up to him, and he had all the time in the world, and this time did take the time to stop in front of the crease for the most part, check his toes, and deposit it in the net.
Beckett Coulter there in net, not able to save that one, but in fairness to poor Coulter, when it's a 1-on-0, you don't really have much of a chance as a goalie. You kind of just got to pick your spot and hope, and it hits off something and goes the other way.
And then London just got called for a possession to Owen Sound off the draw. The draw person stepped into the crease into the circle before the ball had left the circle. Therefore, that is a violation. And
now Cash Spencer with possession. He passed it off as Down's going to go, and Sound, they do keep possession though. London basically in what I'd call a zone, Steve. They're not actually really playing like a strict man-to-man. It looks more like a zone to me, but
yeah, a lot of the teams, certainly at these younger levels, will set up the house, as they would refer to it, and then kind of go man-on-man from there. But it's an effective way and a good way to teach young players where to be in the defensive zone.
Talevi now has possession, gives it off to Shaw. Drew Shaw, back for Cassie Talevi. That shot right into the wickets there and saved by Wagner. Passed quickly up the floor, and Owen Sound now will have a chance. That ball passed, just misses Nickel. Ball goes into the corner there, as now both teams will fight for it. Shot clock will, I think, reset a couple of times here. I think London had possession of it for the second, so I believe this shot clock is going against London. As that ball is still being fought for, and Owen Sound will retrieve it, and that will be a shot clock reset for Owen Sound for a fresh 30. Down's going to go Owen Sound. There's going to be a tripping minor going against London, so it's going to be 6-on-5 maybe. If they pull the net minor, they won't, so we'll just stay 5-on-5 here with the delayed minor. They got about 18 seconds to work as that ball bounces around. Reed trying to take down Drew Shaw. Played down to the bumper spot. Campbell, round one, round two, bumper off the post there for Campbell, and he almost made it two. As that will be, again, the trip I saw going against London.
Yeah, and again, just another attempted stick check, and it came down on the heel of the player, just clipping them and forcing the player to fall to the floor. And unfortunately for the defender, it was right in front of the referee, number 7, who will spend a couple of minutes.
Jacoby Jack, Dockstader in the box. That ball fired well past the intended target. It's going to go right into the restricted area, bounce over the netminder. So O'Leary might be able to get there. The referee kind of set a pick there for Peters, but O'Leary will retrieve it anyway. O'Leary makes a rush to the net. O'Leary fires. Good save there by Coulter. And now away is going to come London, and they got some speed here. as Harrison's going to try to get back here to stop the London rush, as both teams will make a little bit of change here. Goodwin gives it off there to Shaw. Drew Shaw seems to be one of the main potent options here for London in both transition and on offense. Yost gives it off to Goodwin. Goodwin back for Shaw. Shaw's going to fire. It's deflected a couple of times and taken now by Owen Sound. As Harrison has Ward do his technically right. He gets it there in the end, but can Ward retrieve it? He does just. But Ward's going to get forced into the boards. Owen Sound short one. They're now not short one as that ball is just over the head there of LeBlanc, and now away is going to go Shaw. A little bit of errant passing here by the U11 North Stars. And that whistle's going to go, and they're going to call, I believe, an in and out of the restricted area there in front of the benches, Steve, is what I believe that call is.
Yeah, it's over and back. They are a man down, and
right.
they did get possession in the offensive zone, and then the ball carrier turned back and went back over the line.
Adair gives it off there to Ben Nickel. Back for Adair. Adair spinning, takes a couple stick checks there from Talevi. Back down low, that ball just off the stick of Barfoot. Ball now out for Scott. Scott trying to spin and fire. Scott will pass it in the end and taken away there by London. Again, lots of names you'd recognize from the older teams. I'd say Blake Barfoot. I have to assume is related to Wyatt Barfoot of the Senior B North Stars in some way. As that shot right off the shoulder there of Wagner. London though back to even strength. Here with about 4 minutes left in this first period. That ball saved. Where's the ball? It's stuck in the knee pad there. Is a spinning Alec Wagner. Didn't really know where it was.
Yeah, fortunate for him, and he did the right thing and spun out of his net and put the stick in behind him just in case it had snuck through, but it was in the front all along.
Barfoot now with it. We'll fire it forward. We're not really expecting it. Was able to catch, though, is Cash Spencer. Given off now to Reed. Over now for O'Leary. O'Leary's got a fire with 3 seconds left. That ball is wide. And the shot clock will now go. And possession will automatically go to the white shirts.
No, I think both teams are struggling a little bit here on offense, just sort of getting the feel of what they have to deal with against the defensive units.
3 minutes left here in this first period. Drew Shaw now with possession. 15 left to work here on the shot clock. Yost looking for an option, taking the screen there from Drew Shaw in the end. LeBlanc, though, kind of fought over it and really didn't give Yost much space, and great defense out there from LeBlanc, and away they're going to go. Away goes Owen Sound. It may be a 2-on-1. It turns into a 2-on-1. LeBlanc fires, great save, and what a catch there by Coulter of London to sprawl out and get that free hand on the ball.
Yeah, great job on the save, and especially good job on the recovery of the rebound, as the Owen Sound player had continued to proceed towards the goal, and had it come outside of the crease, he probably would have had an empty cage to deposit that one in.
That shot goes just wayward there of the net. Ball bounces up high and caught by Ben Nickel. And Nickel will now take a run, gets taken down by two different white shirts. That ball is now loose in the basically neutral zone and taken immediately away there by Owen Sound. Away's gonna go Reed. Owen Sound in, fires, shot as he jumped, and that was actually Ward who forces a good save out of Coulter.
Yeah, another really good play.
Leighton Reed is forced, well, Leighton Reed has, but I mean Griffin Ward, pardon me, has forced a lot of good saves out of Beckett Coulter of the Blue Devils. Just kind of holding up here are London. Luke Peters gives it off to Goodwin. Goodwin to the bumper spot. That shot well wide, bounces right over the net. Thank goodness, misses everybody, and it will scoot all the way down to the London end. Shot clock will go, so possession will start with Owen Sound here in basically the London area. So he'll roll towards the referee. Again, the clock does keep running, so Owen Sound's gonna have to try to start up quickly. They will. LeBlanc. Shot clock doesn't start till they touch the ball, but the regular clock, game clock, keeps rolling. That shot as Nickel gets hit. Good save, I think, and it just skips over the net there of Coulter. Back in the restricted area, bounces right back behind Coulter, and it still somehow stays out. Everybody's dropping down. as now LeBlanc will have to fire here. Fresh shot clock will mean they have a chance to reset up should the North Stars. Scott now with possession. That ball into the middle, wide open, Nico off the post! The second post for the North Stars early in this game. But I think that's an in and out call, Steve, against London.
The defender knocked the player back into the crease, so with 23 seconds, they'll get another opportunity here.
LeBlanc fires, good save by Coulter. That ball comes out of the restricted area. London picks it up. That might be the last shot of this period. We'll see if London can make it down the floor. They got about 10 seconds left here in this first period. Down by 1. Can they tie it here in the last seconds? It looks like they may get a shot away from about mid-floor. They're gonna have to fire. Goodwin fires just over the net of Alec Wagner, and that is the end of the first period. 1-0 in favor of the North Stars after 1. And Steve, now we get a chance to look at the way these two teams got here. And both these two teams in the U11 pool are 2-0-1. Because they're both 2-0-1, they tied each other. In the last game of the round robin, they tied 6-6. So these two teams are not only well acquainted with each other, they're both basically evenly matched. And you've seen it here in that first 15 minutes, Steve, as you see the way Owen Sound got here to this final. You saw the semifinal, they crushed poor West Gray 16-4 of the other pool.
Yeah, based on that play in the first period, both teams do look very evenly matched, but nonetheless, both teams probably want to get their offenses rolling, and 1-0 is an indictment on how well the goaltenders play when forced to make a save, and we'll see if teams can't start moving the ball a little bit better. They seem to be a little bit on edge at certain points, and we certainly saw great ball movement in that U9 game previous to this one, and no doubt the U11s can match that play.
Well, the U11s again come out, it looks like a little early here of this timeout, but the coach is still on the floor, so I guess just some late instructions here with about 2 minutes left in the first intermission. I will also say you saw there with London how they got here to the final in their semi. They beat the undefeated Sarnia team who was in the other pool 16-5. So these two teams, I think, have shown throughout this tournament, Steve, that they are the two best U11 teams. And again, they showed in that first 15 that these two teams are very evenly matched, and this is going to be a great game. You know, we expected the last one was going to be in the U9 final. It didn't end up going that way, as Owen Sound was able to pull off a big win and get the first gold medal of the day. We'll see if the second Owen Sound team in a final can get the second gold medal of the day. I believe Owen Sound has 3 teams in 5 of the finals, including the U17 final. They are not in either the U13 or U15 finals here at the Heritage Classic Tournament on Father's Day weekend, in memory of Tyson Downs, former Junior B North Star. I will also mention that I believe 2 years ago, this exact tournament was in memory of former Rogers volunteer Glenn Juniper. Glenn worked with him quite a few times during the minor lacrosse seasons and even during the Junior B when I first learned how to host when I was 17 years old. So a lot of months, a lot of years have gone by since I've had the chance to share the booth with Glenn Juniper, and man, do I wish he was here, Steve, to see your MSL team, because I think it just put a big smile on his face.
Yeah, no doubt. He was obviously a big part of the lacrosse community and other sports as well in this city, and no doubt sadly missed by numerous people.
As the face-off is now getting ready here for the second period to begin between these two sides. As just like in the NBA Finals and the NHL Finals, the Larry O'Brien and the Stanley Cup are in the building. The gold medals are in the building here for the Heritage Classic Tournament U11s. Yost and Barfoot fight for it, and it's won by Barfoot. Harrison quickly up the floor. He fires it, gets through it, looked like Feltis, and he does look like to retrieve it as he fought there with Shaw for it. Feltis into the middle, just couldn't get there. A lot of white shirts there in the middle.
Yeah, it looked like he forced that pass, trying to get through too many defenders on the skip pass, and it got picked off. So we just got to show a little more patience.
Now Yost will make the way up the floor for the white shirts. Yost will just leave it off there for Levy. Cassie to Levy. Passes it back down. That ball fought for, bouncing, and it goes in the restricted area, out the restricted area, and shot clock will go as Owen Sound retrieves it, so they'll get a chance now with the free possession to go. They got the whistle. They thought the whistle was to stop. No, the whistle was to go. That's now to make their way down the floor. That now back Owen Sound comes, a dare shot. That's a good save there by Coulter. Owen Sound's not had a lot of chances in this game, but the few chances they have been able to get pretty good shots, Steve. Beckett Coulter has been up to the task.
Yeah, he's been extremely sharp. Did allow the one goal, which was on a real good play on a breakaway, and other than that, he stood tall and had excellent rebound control as well, not giving up any second chance opportunities around the crease area.
And of the second Dockstader, Asher Dockstader now with possession. Jacoby Jack and Asher of the Dockstader family scores! Cassie to Levy from 40 feet out makes it 1-1.
Yeah, and again, a bit of a desperation shot later in the shot clock, and again, we'll always talk about this at the older level, but you want to put a little more pressure on the shooter just to sort of change their shot angle. And there was a kind of passive play, but nonetheless, a real nicely placed shot, and
almost perfectly placed, you'd say, Steve, nice and low. That ball didn't, I don't think, took one bounce. It beat poor Wagner right down near the feet.
Yeah, and Cassie Talevi from no doubt part of the Talevi family that has been very instrumental in lacrosse in the London area.
And now Asher Dockstader gets hauled down by Cash Spencer. Surprised there wasn't a whistle on that one, as Nickel will now fire. Nickel right into the chest there of Coulter, who makes another good save, but an in and out call, as that was right on the edge of the crease, and London is not happy with that whistle.
Yeah,
Felt it.
The defender walked right through the crease after picking up the loose rebound. And
Nickel fires that one just high as his stick got checked as he fires. I'm not sure that had anything to do with it. As Feltis goes down, and that possession call will go back in favor of Owen Sound. That ball fanned on it right as the whistle goes for Scott. Scott's going to get forced into the corner there by Talevi. Talevi not scared of making some contact here with the North Stars. That ball gets shot, kind of whacked towards Goodwin, as now Goodwin will make a run away. Definitely a different looking white shirt team here in this second period than the previous. Goodwin making his way around. Goodwin fires right into the chest. Another good save there. And honestly, I think the biggest difference, that's a very errant pass there by the North Stars. Goodwin takes it immediately off the errant pass. Goodwin in, fires, good save, right in front again. That ball whacked away. Goodwin retrieves it one more time. As London will have another free chance here. Yost gonna step into one. That ball is deflected wide. And it's gonna scoot all the way down, but fresh legs come on the floor as that ball almost made it all the way back down to the London end. 9 seconds left to work. Yost making his run in. Yost fires off the shoulder of Scott again. It will go into the corner, and that should be, and it will be, the shot clock going against London, so Owen Sound will start with it. And somebody's got to go get the ball, I think, and they will.
yeah, they're excited to get off the floor and let their mates take a shot here on the offense, but you're right, somebody's going to move it up.
Harrison just misses the first intended target of a dare, picked up by Campbell. Campbell trying to scoot around. Campbell over for Harrison, skips her his stick, and now Drew Shaw with a chance to run. Drew Shaw trying to retrieve it, and he does. Shaw now is just going to move the Owen Sound defense back, as a lot of his offensive teammates will make their ways onto the floor, as he'll wait, and give it off to Levy. Bouncing, and retrieved by Cassie to Levy. With the beautiful, I'd say, purple/pink shoes. That ball right at Barfoot just misses. As now away comes Owen Sound. Quickly up the floor, trying to run in transition like they got the first goal and their only goal of the game, which was just a miscue there, as that's a high stick on Levy, and going back at it, and somebody's going to go after, I think that's Reed, because of the high hit on one of the teammates. As Ward will pick it up as the whistle will go, and I believe that will be a cross check or a high stick going against Owen Sound. It will be a high stick going against the North Stars, and the recipient of the 2-minute minor is Leighton Reed.
Yeah, when you attempted cross-check, slid up the back of the player and into the neck area, and that, again, 6 feet from the referee is likely going to get called every time.
Cassie Levy will now start with it there at center floor.
Yeah, she's been a very impressive player right here. Most likely so far the most dominant player on either team. And
a little bit of contact call there, goes the other way. Owen Sound's going to run with it just as the whistle goes. Scott now has possession. Scott's going to go. Levy misses. That shot right into the chest there of the netminder and trapped by Coulter as Levy lost his stick.
Yeah, I think the coaching staff was a little excited there and felt that Levy threw her stick at the opponent, which, again, just like in hockey, is a no-no, certainly on a breakaway. So I don't know that it was intentional. It did leave her hand, but more likely on the attempted the stick check.
Which is why the referee didn't make that initial call, Steve.
Yeah.
They agree with your assessment as that shot right in the meat there of Wagner. Quickly up the floor. As away will go the North Stars. Slumsky. Spin around Yost. Slumsky's got a wide open passer. He gives it off. That ball rolled right in the feed as it's retrieved again. Spencer. Down. That looks to be for Nickel. Nickel fires. Scores! Ben Nickel on the PK. Gets the leading marker. Back to a 1-goal lead for the North Stars.
And again, we could pretty much chalk that goal up and call it a transition goal if you may. They were man down, a couple passes into the Nickel, who again got himself on the wrong side of the floor, but came across body and nice shot far side under the glove, and the goaltender wasn't able to corral it, and big goal to score a man down.
I'd also argue, Steve, former Senior B lacrosse player Patrick Saunders, kind of a S goal where he kind of comes off the other side, kind of bumps through the defender and goes, as now the other way quickly come London, but a good save by Wagner stops that late power play attempt by London because of the face-off and the running time. That power play is now over. It's now back to 5-on-5 as Reed will come out of the box. Adair quickly forward, Barfoot misses the stick check. Barfoot waits for it, fires it in the middle, right open. Adair scores! As Adair got dumped, he fires and scores, and look how angry poor Coulter is in the net. 3-1 in favor of Owen Sound.
Yeah, the goaltender's a little perturbed, but that was an outstanding shot and a really nice pass into a player that just found a little seam in between the defenders and paid the price. He'd taken a big hit as he released the ball, and nonetheless, he was rewarded for his ability to catch the ball in traffic and shoot all in one motion, and that's a big goal for an offense that was a little bit stagnant in the first period. They've really come alive.
Not only that, Steve, I gotta say, I understand why poor Beckett Coulter was upset, because Adair fired it basically just over the shoulder of the netminder. Coulter had that side, and it just was able to beat him, so I can understand why Beckett was a little upset that one ends up being behind him instead of off his shoulder, and away it goes, as now Levy tries to get back over for Yost, goes over for Goodwin instead. Back for Levy. Levy gets it stick checked by Harrison. I think they kind of realize how good Cassie Levy is, so now they're not really giving her much option to fire. Levy now is going to fire it low. That's a good save by Wagner. Ball free now, back in the restricted area, batting, and it's whacked away, and Harrison will go. And it might be a rush chance again in transition for Owen Sound as Harrison running right through Godwin. Harrison turns on the Jets. Harrison just wide of the net there. Owen Sound looking to retrieve the rebound, and they will with Scott. Scott, great for O'Leary. Basically a one-timer. That ball just sneaks wide of the Coulter net. Ball out into the corner. Whistle's going to go, and it's going to be possession back to Owen Sound. About 5.5 left in the second frame. 3-1 in favor of the North Stars, looking to get the U11 gold medal. That fire stick checked as it was released, and it goes wide, but retrieved by Owen Sound here. No little pressure, so Owen Sound will have a free chance to put it back in the middle. What a pass! Shot, great save by Coulter. Owen Sound, though, trying to get back a hold of it. They weren't able to, and away are going to go Jacoby Jack Dockstader and the London Blue Devils. Dockstader fires it back to just about nobody, just retreat to a changer, as now they'll have to make it run off the floor. It was good, but looking to go for a change. You retrieved it, now we'll go for a little bit of a run here. To give it off to Dockstader, doesn't end up giving it, now gives it to Shaw with about 5 left to work here. Shaw's going to have to fire, I think, gives it off to Peters right off the bench. That ball is wide, and a little bit of miscommunication there by the Blue Devils cost them that full 30 seconds. Which again is, I'd say, prone to happen just with such a young age group.
Yeah, that was probably Shaw needed to be a little more selfish in that respect. He was in a good shooting area and then pulled up and hit the trailer coming off the bench, and it was probably too far to really have an effective shot on goal.
Kind of look around here are the North Stars. That ball fired upward, misses low by a mile. Probably should have to fire it when he gets a hold of it. Just fire it. Looks like he will now, and it will go right into the stick of London, who's going to get a chance to just run. They caught it just before the shot clock went, so Peters gets a chance to run with no whistle. Peters, nice stick check by Spencer, but Peters will continue. Fire, that ball just skips wide of the Wagner net. Retrieved by Yost. Bowen Yost gives it off to Cassie to Levy. Back for Yost. Yost fires. Good deep save there by Owen. That ball being fought for. Two different blue shirt and white shirts go down now for Levy. Levy fires again. That ball just skips wide. Campbell now looking to be the first one to retrieve it. Hot off the boards, it's going to come. Campbell still fighting for it. A couple different blue shirts. Levy picks a hold of it. Levy with 10 seconds up on the shot clock. Round one, round two, round three. Fires. Good save. Ball comes loose. That ball basically golf shotted. It goes just wide. And now Owen Sound will go. Shot clock is changed. Campbell gets it whacked out of his stick. We'll take a couple of bumps. And the going to go for the high stick against London. Not happy about that call. Our London, but they're going to take it nevertheless as Lincoln Rolofsson will take the minor. He's the captain of this London team, if I see the denomination on my sheet. It's now Ben Nickel. Got the right now game-winning marker in this contest. Passed all the way down, trying to make a break in. Shot score! 4-1. Owen Sound, the power play marker, goes to the North Stars, and leading the way to the bench is Carter Feltis, who I think got it.
Yeah, that was a nice little dump pass down to the crease, and he walked the perimeter of the crease to get a great scoring opportunity and made no mistake.
Very quick strike there on the power play for Owen Sound, and it was Feltis who made the way all the way around the paint.
Yeah, the London defender got caught being too high. That low person got caught too high up and allowed the Owen Sound crease man to get underneath, come across the crease, and score a real nice goal.
Face off one as Clayton Ward now will make his way down the floor. Griffin Ward. Ward now. Here's a forward for Scott. Scott. Looking for a pass. Trying to think, not really thinking about it, we'll give it off. That shot right into the meat air of Coulter, and they'll make the save. Nick with the attempt there. That's now coming down the floor are the Blue Devils, as Goodwin gives it off for Yost. Yost waiting for everybody to get on the floor. Yost now gets the shot. That ball just wide as Shaw went to center the screen. Give it up now to Drew Shaw, who's going to fire from a mile away. That ball right into the mask. That is a good save there by Alec Wagner.
We got the North Stars leaked in behind and
again. Wide open for the North Stars, taking a bump, might go down as they fire. Adair just couldn't get it away.
Yeah, good recovery by London to get back and force the ball loose as he attempted to take the shot.
LeBlanc puts that one wide. 8 seconds left here on the shot clock. Campbell doesn't have to fire. He does. That ball wide. Lowe's going to miss it, and that is going to be a free possession to London here. The shot clock's going to go. Running after it is Shaw. Shaw waiting for it, but couldn't pick it up. Trying to wait to pick up that ball there. I'm not sure if he actually was waiting or if he just couldn't retrieve it, but regardless, that chance goes for not for London, and it's a 4-1 score line after 30 minutes of play.
Yeah, that Owen Sound was the better team that period, and although it was a 1-1 score at one point, they're obviously their offense started to execute a little better and made sure that they took care of their chances.
Not just that. I think it's also because of London not being able to really capitalize on some opportunities. Like, for example, I hear you. I'm usually in the control room for the junior and senior B and the MSL games. Well, MSL I'm on air and in the control room, but for the junior and senior Bs, I am usually in the control room with the great Martin Carey, who's with us today, in the control room. Always a big thanks to our producer. But I always hear you say, and I hear you say it probably between 20 and 30 times, perimeter shots. These junior Bs, I think, are notorious for it. They like to kind of settle with perimeter shots, even sometimes early in the shot clock. And I feel like London in this ULL final has kind of settled for some outside shots. Like their goal by Cassie to Levy was an outside shot, a really nicely placed one, but it still is not exactly where you want it to be, Steve, which is really close to the net.
Yeah, and I think both teams here are guilty. And I don't want to harp on how well the U9s played earlier today, because it's not fair. It's apples and oranges. However, that Owen Sound team had incredible depth, and they were all able to share in the ball and offensive opportunities. That ball moved. And at this level in this game, seems both teams have some people they rely on to do the scoring, and some others just tend to be forgotten about, and thus you're not seeing the ball get inside as much, and they're having to settle for a lot of that perimeter activity.
Face-off is getting ready here, but a minute left in the intermission. As I see one of the Owen Sound players having fun with some of the music going on there, as Fred Wallace is in the building, being our PA tonight. Not beside us for the first time. Usually he was beside us right here at the I guess in the booth, but now he's back where he normally is for the attack games, in the, I'll say, the PA booth, controlling all the music and everything basically inside the rink. As Yost first bar foot. Yost tried to retrieve it. Whistle will go, and it's in favor of London. The whistle go? I guess it did, as now Gibson tries to pick it back up. Bouncing around and retrieved there by Gibson. Alex Gibson, who has a goal tonight, passed it up to Feltis, just couldn't get a hold of it. That ball will bounce into the net of Beckett, or into the area of Beckett Coulter, who will stop it. As now Levy makes her way back onto the floor, has the only marker for the away side in the first 30. Will walk her way forward, 10 seconds now left on the shot clock. Ball passed down there by London. That shot right into the meat there of, it looked to be Wagner, and ends up being an easy save in the end. They got to get out of the area, stick the area, they don't!
No, they had a 5-second crease violation. When you have possession of the ball, you have to release it.
Levy shot, that one doesn't beat!
Yeah.
Headliner Wagner, a great save there on a wide open Cassie to Levy.
Yeah.
That's probably their first real opportunity, Steve, right in front of the net for London, and maybe the one person you'd want in that situation is to Levy, and just could not beat Wagner.
Yeah, that was a real big save, a timely save.
Campbell now is able to pass it away somehow. Big shot there as to Levy made sure Nickel felt it. There's going to be a delayed call on that one. You heard it all the way up here. As the shot clock is going to go, as Campbell went to fire, and to Levy's going to get the high sticking minor. As again, you heard that one all the way around the rink.
Yeah, she laid a pretty good lick on there. Maybe a little frustrated with the inability to get her second goal of the game when had that perfect scoring opportunity just seconds earlier.
You also got to wonder, Steve, with that missed offensive opportunity, it also could just be, trying to make sure the guys know that she's here to play and she's here to be physical too. Harrison. Laid down again. Feltis, who scored on the last power play, as the last marker in this game. Harrison puts it down to the other side, right through O'Leary, who does able to pick it up. O'Leary looking for the pass right across for Feltis, who caught it. Feltis fires as he was kind of falling backwards, and that ball is staved and then trapped by Coulter. Is now flying up the floor come the Blue Devils. Goodwin. Yost couldn't handle that one. Ball coming, bouncing towards Barfoot, and O'Leary should be with the first one there. He is. Now now O'Leary's going to get around Peters, and away he's going to come Owen Sound. O'Leary in transition. O'Leary fires as he got stick checked. That ball will ricochet off a couple of different defenders. LeBlanc now fires it for a dare, and that ball goes right into the chest pad of Coulter.
Again, Coulter made an outstanding save, but even more impressive is just the ability to clamp down on those rebounds and not let any second chance opportunities.
Goodwin making a free run. That shot, good save there. By the way, a little lackadaisical there in the PK by the North Stars.
Yeah, they probably want to attack the ball carrier, not collapse in so deep.
Scott now, as he got stick checked by London. Slumsky. For Lowe, goes right through their stick, and now retrieved by Rule. Ward's got 5 seconds to fire. He does, right off the helmet. That's a good save by Coulter, but they're going to give him a little check with that minder as he did make contact with the mask.
Yeah, and therefore it stays with possession with London. Had it gone off the shoulder, it would have been Owen Sound's ball as it careened out of bounds.
Shaw will now wait for Levy, and that's honestly kind of an advantage to get Levy coming out of the box because they don't have to change. They can just keep the 5-on-5 now.
Yeah.
Shaw looking for an option. Gives it off to Yost. Yost for Levy. Biting on that one though, looked to be Campbell, who knew that where that ball was going. Takes a couple bumps for the trouble, and now he's going to go Campbell. Campbell gets yanked down by Peters as he'll play it forward down for Levy. Levy's going to take a run at the defenders. Levy takes a bump, goes down as she took that bump. I guess not expecting necessarily for it looked to be Slumsky to go down. As now as now Owen Sound will go the other way. Lowe will play it forward. Penalty going against London.
Yeah.
Now making the way to the bench will go the netminder Wagner. Cash Spencer. Plays it off for one of the trailers. Just misses stick there of Gibson. LeBlanc will retrieve it. Got a fire here. They will not in the end. And that will be another minor going against London here in the third period. It's a high stick.
A high stick, so the ball will remain with Owen Sound now on the power play. And again, it was not much of a high stick. I don't know that...
London's head coach wanted a word there with that referee who called the minor. Doesn't end up getting that word as we'll now get right back to play again with run time. I'm not sure it's really an advantage to talk to the referee during play.
Well, I think I'm not sure what the question was, but had I been on the bench, I might have asked if it was actually the shadow of the stick that made contact, because it didn't hear like there was anything up here, and the player that was given the penalty was sprawled all over the floor. So
that ball was right into the stick there of the netminder, and again, they're going to have to go quicker. Just fire it as Harrison will have it. 5 on the shot clock, make that 3 on the shot clock. Just going to have to fire for mid-floor, and it will not get all the way through, so it'll be London possession here on the shot clock violation as they retrieved it right as the shot clock expired. Peters for Levy. A lot of offensive players here on the penalty kill, so London might not be trying to kill this penalty, more so trying to get back in this game as they're down by 3 with about 8.5 left here in this third and potentially final frame. That's a good save there on the Shaw attempt. Levy now, back for Drew Shaw. Shaw, back for Levy. Levy gonna fire Levy. That ball just wide, skips through everybody, and it's gonna scoot all the way down to the London end, and it looks like gonna go right on target to Coulter. As Coulter will just stop it for Shaw, who's got 10 seconds left to make it back up the floor and probably just fire it. And he will just fire it. But an over and back call, and I was kind of waiting for that call to be made there, Steve.
yeah, I wasn't sure if they felt that the shot had clipped the goalie, but they had not asked for a reset. So again, referees are doing a lot of games on a tournament like this, and sometimes they get a little fatigued as well, I guess.
That shot blocked as Slumsky tried to get rid of it. And now Yost will make his way up the floor here as that minor will expire in this offensive effort. So back to 5-on-5. We're going to go in about 5 seconds. So nothing going on that power play for Owen Sound as Yost will give it off for Goodwin. And out will come that minor. Goodwin. Not sure if they can get out of the box, though. Now they will get out of the box. Shaw. Goodwin. Goodwin. making away around 1-2. That shot just wide as the shot clock goes to expire. It'll be Owen Sound possession. Low goes behind the net. Maybe, I guess, thought that the minor was still in effect.
I'm not sure why you would want to do that. Just maybe some kind of habit he's picked up, but yeah.
Making their way back down the floor, Owen Sound. Couple bumps. Given off to Cash Spencer. Spencer goes to fire. That ball blocked by Goodwin, and that will be another shot clock violation going against Owen Sound. Both teams kind of stalling in this third period, which in turn helps Owen Sound as they got the lead.
Yeah, the clock is in their favor, no doubt. They're just missing out on opportunities where they have people wide open in the offensive zone, and they're either not seeing them or looking to beat that one extra player, and then the opportunity disappears.
Back for Televi. Televi looking to fire. Televi got right in front, but another good save as it's trapped immediately there by the netminder. They got to get rid of it in the restricted area, and they just will. I wondered if that was going to be an over and back call there, Steve. That ball was nearly back in the restricted area.
Yeah.
Felt this quickly passed up. Trying to get away now, maybe held on to it a little too long there, Steve, as you mentioned.
Yeah, had the wide open player initially and tried to roll by the first one, and here's wide open down the corner, and they settle for a 45-foot shot. So
Slumsky put it right into the chest pad there of Coulter. As now Yost with it is they'll roll it to Shaw, something that you see a lot from Calvin Stewart and the Junior B North Stars. As Drew Shaw now make his way back up the floor. Shaw off for Goodwin. Goodwin tries to get around. Goodwin fires just over the shoulder there of the netminder. That shot blocked before it ever gets near on the rebound. And, in fairness to London, they've had some pretty good opportunities in this third period, Steve, to Levy and Shaw, but up to the task has been Alex Wagner.
Yeah, he's played a strong game.
That shot just wide O'Leary. Barfoot couldn't pick up the carom. O'Leary will pick up the loose ball, takes a couple bumps for the trouble. O'Leary fires off the post. I believe that's the second or third post of the game for Owen Sound. Does get the reset, however. Reed misses the intended target, Adair. Reed Adair gives it off. That shot O'Leary well wide, and Goodwin will pick it up. I will mention there is a Leighton Reed, and then there's Reed Adair. As now to Levy. Will have possession as they make their way up the floor. To Levy. Pass it down. Good block there by Lowe. Lowe gets the stick whacked right out of his hands. Yost. Passed right across. That shot just wide there, and that will be another shot clock violation going against London, pardon me. And Lowe going back behind the net again. Maybe it's a tactic there to kind of kill some time too, because they know they're up. That ball is passed forward, just misses the intended target. No way is going to come London, but because of that, Steve, lots of numbers here in favor of London. Televi just could not retrieve that pass, and taken away there is Ward. Yeah. Griffin Ward takes the shot. Doesn't get the call. The coach is called from the bench as Scott will now have it and fire it forward. Ball now just retrieved by Owen Sound, taking a couple of bumps, and now they're going to go, and that's going to be the call as Gibson there wanted to give a little bit of lip service there to the defender who gave him the lick, as now always going to go, I believe that is Asher Dockstader for London.
I think that was a pretty good hit. I don't know that the stick came up high. It certainly made contact in the front across the chest, but anyways, it's at the referee's discretion. It was a penalty, and not a good look now with 3 minutes to go, being a man down for a comeback here for the London Blue Devils.
But I will mention now, because we are in the final 3 minutes of this period, it's now stop time. They stopped it right at the 3 minute mark as that shot O'Leary, good save by Coulter. And that's a big hit there, but because he didn't have possession, that's going to be possession back in favor of Owen Sound, as Barfoot was the one who got dumped by Peters. Nickel. Back for Harrison. Harrison trying to make the way around. Ball gets knocked out of the stick. Peters does retrieve it, and Wade's going to go. Peters down he goes. No whistle yet, but Televi's going to get a chance to run. And away will go Cassie Televi. She's going to get met and fended off there by Harrison, and great back check there by Owen Sound. As Nickel and Harrison were able to get back and stop Televi's rush. And now here they come the other way. Harrison fires it forward. LeBlanc gets it, fires it immediately. It goes wide. Cash Spencer will now retrieve it. We'll mention Cash Spencer is a pretty sick name. As Lowe gives it off, that shot, LeBlanc scores! And if the game was not out of reach, Steve, you'd say it is now, as that one goes in.
Yeah, the penalty will release from the box on that marker, and I think we got to note that outside of the breakaway goal, all the Owen Sound goals were a result of them moving the ball to the open man, and we'll see here that nice shot, and didn't have a lot of room, but did make it through.
That one will go to Sawyer LeBlanc, and we'll make it 5-1 in favor of Owen Sound. Give it about 1:45 left. Whistle goes off the face-off, and no, it is London's way. They kind of spoke about it there for a second, as it now will go London's way. Again, the clock is continuing to stop here with about 1:44 now left in this third and most likely final frame between Owen Sound and London, as Owen Sound looks to capture the second gold medal of the Heritage Classic Tournament, and the second for Owen Sound at the Heritage Classic Tournament in memory of Tyson Downs. Yost. Pass down, just misses Davis. Ball whacked away, now Cash Spencer will retrieve it behind the net, and he does. Spencer will just fire it towards Campbell, misses Campbell, and Yost will, you think, retrieve it, and they will. Yost stopping up now as they wait to make the change, and this may be the last rush chance for London in this game as we now hit the last minute of play in the U11 final. The kids only get bigger from here, Steve, so we'll see how much more physical, because I'd say for a U11 game, this has been a pretty physical contest between the North Stars and the Blue Devils, as Harrison tries to get around, and Televi again meets Harrison.
Yeah, she's a terrific athlete and has great balance, and has thrown some big hits here today.
Not scared to get physical as Cassie Televi, who's got the only marker for London. As you see there again, as Adair looking to fire, passes it off. That shot blocked as back's gonna go. Slumsky is now, Coulter looks to fire it. Coulter is just gonna hum it down the floor. As that looks to be the game there, as Wagner will just stop it up, and Wagner may just fire it back. No, Wagner's gonna hold it, and that will be the game as Owen Sound wins the U11 final, as the gloves, the sticks, and the helmets go flying. 2 finals done, 2 gold medals staying in Owen Sound here at the Heritage Classic Tournament at the Bayshore. 5-1 the final in favor of Owen Sound.
And again, that was a real entertaining game. There wasn't a lot of scoring till the latter half of it, and it looked like it was anyone's game for quite some time, but Owen Sound stacked a few goals up there at one point in the second period, and capitalized late in the third to put it away.
So big win there for Owen Sound. Definitely a big win. They'll now get a chance to pick up their gold medals, as this is the second final of the afternoon. Lots more games to go. And big game for Owen Sound, big weekend for Owen Sound, obviously getting a chance to host this major tournament with teams coming from all over, Steve. Orangeville here represented, London's obviously represented. I've seen Sarnia here as well, and a couple other pools. So, it's nice to see teams make the long trek here to Owen Sound to have not only a Heritage Classic tournament, but again on Father's Day weekend.
Yeah, it's always it's great joy for the kids and the families to be able to spend some time together and cheer on their brothers and sisters and what have you. And again, great for the hometown kids to get all their family and friends out to watch. And and they're 2 for 2 so far on the championship parade here today.
Yeah, Owen Sound will be only one more final in the Heritage Classic litany of finals. They're in the U17 one at the very tail end of the day, but next up will be, it looks to be London back in another final, their second final. Hopefully they'll be able to capture their first gold medal of the weekend as they'll take on the Orangeville Northmen, who are in their only final of this weekend. And obviously Orangeville, the Northmen, they are well represented at all levels of lacrosse, and obviously it's nice to see them in one of the finals here at the Heritage Classic tournament.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can expect a well-coached, fundamentally sound team from Orangeville at regardless of what level, whether it's U9 or Junior A. I mean, they've produced so many excellent players, and they all give back in the end to the minor system, and looking forward to seeing the U13 final here.
Yeah, for sure. But staying with this U11 final, and again, Owen Sound, as they get their medals down at the floor, you know, they were really impressive. In fairness to them, obviously, you know, the scoreline 5-1, maybe not the way they would have wanted with some of the opportunities they had, and also in fairness to London. But I'd like to just kind of spread a little bit on Alex Wagner, who I think was really good tonight for Owen Sound, was probably the player of the game, in my opinion, for either team, because I think he was stellar in net, and even though they had some really good chances, did London in that third period to come back, he was able to stay stout and make some big saves.
Yeah, and he was always looked under control as well, never flustered. Again, reminiscent of our U9 goalie earlier today. Just great form, you know, on shots that might have been outside where he could have been screened. He just had perfect positioning, and sometimes they hit him. But nonetheless, he was really sharp in net, and thus only one goal against. And that was a tough shot from the outside that he may have been screened on as well.
Well, as the Heritage Classic continues, the U11 game, the U11 game comes to an end. We'll get you ready for some more games here at the Heritage Classic tournament at the Bayshore, but for this one, it's over. Steve McCarthy, Spencer Byers, the great Mark Perry down in the control room, and all the volunteers, thank you again for tuning in to the Heritage Classic tournament in memory of Tyson Downs here on Rogers TV.
Connect with us by visiting our website or email us at comments@rogerstv.com.
I'm Carol Merton. Please join me for HealthLink, a program connecting home, community, and healthcare. Please join me and watch HealthLink on Rogers TV.